What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning back in. Today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of having a 3.7 liter engine in my 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, I have a 4-inch lift on mine with 33-inch mud tires, so I believe that gives me a bit of a unique perspective on the engine size. As most people know, the 5.7 is the most common Dodge engine that I guess they offer in most larger vehicles, which would be their pickup trucks and then their SUVs. But I've had this 3.7 engine Jeep for about 5 or 6 years now, and I absolutely love it. And to be honest, I don't think I would trade it for a 4.7 or a 5.7. So some of the pros and cons of this Jeep is that with the 3.7, with a tune, which is what I have on my Jeep, I get significantly better gas mileage than the 4.7 or 5.7s, even with running the 33-inch mud tires. So previously, before lifting my Jeep and before the tune, I got about 15 to 16 miles per gallon on stock tires and stock setup, which I was pretty happy with. But as soon as I upgraded to the larger mud tires and the lift, my gas mileage dropped to about 11 and a half to 12 miles per gallon on average. So I invested in a Hypertech tuner, which I've made a bunch of videos about because I absolutely love it. And it raised my mile per gallon up to about 18, depending on how much city and how much highway driving I have mixed in with that. So just based off of that, I believe that the 3.7 engine can be better than a 4.7 or 5.7. I know a lot of people run into issues with the heads on 4.7s and 5.7s, but the 3.7s are notoriously reliable. They offer them in, this Jeep Grand Cherokee. They offered them for many years in the Liberty. So it's definitely a tried and true tested engine. So another pro would be the fact that this engine is extremely small and it's extremely easy to work on. For how large of an engine bay that this Jeep has, because obviously they made the SRT version of this Jeep, which offers the 6.1 liter Hemi, which takes up significantly more room than the 3.7. There's plenty of room in the front of the engine and around the sides of the engine to work on it when it's a 3.7. So the engine bay is massive. It's extremely easy to reach and work on things compared to if you had a larger engine. So I believe that's definitely a pro, especially for somebody who was, introduced with working on vehicles from this Jeep. So I always had tons of room to do everything. I didn't need super complex tools or a lot of help trying to figure out how to do things because there was so much room and so much accessibility for me to be able to do the things that I needed to on the engine. So that pretty much wraps up the pros. I guess I'll move into the cons now. The biggest con that I have with this engine is the transmission that it's paired with. I believe the max tow rating, which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it, this vehicle weighs about 4,500 pounds and the max tow rating is only 3,500 pounds. And I've towed with this Jeep maybe 5 or 6 times now, mostly just smaller trailers consisting of smaller lightweight items. But I did go with a 6x12 U-Haul trailer at one point, and the transmission in this Jeep really struggled to pull it. It was just extremely confused with pulling that and then trying to figure out what RPM it wanted the engine to stay at. So, and that only weighed probably 1,800 pounds, 1,500 pounds. So I can't imagine what it would be like if you added more weight to that. Whereas a lot of the people, which you'll see in like the Facebook groups with the 5.7 or 4.7, they can literally just pull a house down. They've got massive boats attached to their Jeeps that weigh, 6, 7, 8,000 pounds, and they're pulling it all day long, no troubles at all. So that's probably, in my opinion, the biggest con, because I would love to pull bigger things with this Jeep because it looks aggressive, it's big, but the transmission just doesn't hold up to the power of towing, which is really quite disappointing. Another con would be the fact that coming from stock, the 3.7 I honestly believe is underpowered. Once you add a tuner on it, and I have a larger throttle body on it as well, it makes such a big difference. I can't imagine how my Jeep would drive if I had did the performance mods when it was stock. It would have made such a larger difference. I probably would have averaged 20 miles per gallon all day long on stock tires without a lift. The engine would have seemed like it had way more power than it does now because it's turning 33s with 3.07 gear ratios, which obviously it would be a great idea to upgrade gear ratios because the math doesn't work out with turning such big tires. But I have to say, from stock, it is underpowered. For a 4,500 pound vehicle, getting pulled around by a 3.7 liter engine, it's just not enough power for the vehicle. Whereas people with the 4.7 or 5.7s have plenty of power to pull just the vehicle itself, and then obviously, like I mentioned, you can tow a house down with it as well. So that's probably the biggest disappointing thing. I wish they had more power from the factory, and just more horsepower, more torque in general. And then the last con that I have would be the four-wheel drive system. So I'll make another video talking about this, but the 3.7s, only a handful of them came with the QT2 Quadratech off-road system, which has the option for 4-low. Like 98% of the 3.7 Jeeps didn't come with that option. So the Jeep's really not set up to do like off-roading real Jeep things because it doesn't really have lockers. It has the 3.07 gears instead of the 373 gears. So there's just a numerous amount of capabilities that come with the QT2 system. But the 3.7s, like I said, 98% of them came with the QT1, which is basically just like a full-time all-wheel drive system, but there's nothing advanced to that. It's just a very basic system. So other than those three cons, which can really add up to be some pretty big cons, I believe that if I was going to buy another Jeep Grand Cherokee just like this, and I was doing this all over again, I probably would personally go with the 5.7 over the 3.7, but I definitely have no desire to get rid of my 3.7 to upgrade. I guess if I wanted to tow something, I would just have to buy another vehicle, such as a truck or something that has real towing capabilities. But this Jeep would be absolutely awesome with a 5.7 and a transmission behind it that you could actually use the Jeep to do a lot of things that most SUVs can do now. So I hope if you are Jeep shopping that this gave you a little bit of insight on the 3.7 Jeep Grand Cherokees compared to the 4.7 and 5.7s, which if I had a 4.7 or 5.7, I could definitely talk more in depth about the issues that those have, such as overheating, blowing head gaskets, dropping valves, anything along those lines, because those are basically the biggest issues with both of those engines. Whereas the 3.7s are much more, they're known for their reliability, just even though it's a basic engine. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions about the 3.7, please drop a comment. I have almost 250,000 miles on this Jeep with a 3.7, and I've had almost no major issues, but I've definitely worked my way through a lot of minor issues. So if you have any questions about your 3.7 Jeep, or if you're considering buying a higher mileage 3.7 Jeep, definitely leave a comment, and I can help get back to you and maybe answer some of your questions before you go purchasing one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and drop a like on the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.